Hey, welcome to the English Hustle Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Maria. Today we're diving into an exciting topic, embracing new challenges. We'll explore why taking on new challenges is essential for personal and professional growth.
Exactly. Throughout the episode, we'll discuss how embracing challenges can lead to success, share personal stories about overcoming obstacles, and provide you with useful vocabulary and tips to help you on your own journey.
To kick things off, let's start with a personal anecdote. I remember when I first started learning a new language. It was overwhelming, and I felt like I'd never get the hang of it. But facing that challenge head-on was incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely. I had a similar experience when I took on a new role at work that was outside my comfort zone. At first, it felt like a massive challenge, but with perseverance and a positive mindset, I not only adapted, but also excelled in the new role.
Those experiences really show how stepping out of our comfort zones and tackling new challenges can lead to significant growth. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in today's episode.
Stay tuned as we delve into the importance of embracing challenges, share more personal stories, and provide practical advice on how to tackle obstacles effectively.
Let's get started.
Segment 1. Main Conversation. Welcome back. Now let's dive into our main conversation about embracing new challenges. One of the key reasons it's so important to take on new challenges is that it drives personal and professional growth. When we step out of our comfort zones, we push ourselves to learn new skills, adapt to different situations, and ultimately become better versions of ourselves.
Absolutely. Embracing challenges helps us build resilience and confidence. It's often in those tough moments that we discover our strengths and capabilities. For example, when I first started working on a major project at my previous job, I felt completely out of my depth. It was a challenge I didn't think I could handle, but taking it on taught me valuable skills and boosted my confidence.
That's a great example. I had a similar experience when I decided to switch careers. I was excited but also terrified of the unknown. The new field came with its own set of challenges and learning curves, but it was through facing those obstacles that I was able to grow both professionally and personally.
And it's important to remember that challenges often lead to innovation and creativity. When you're faced with a problem, it forces you to think outside the box and come up with new solutions. This kind of creative thinking is essential for success in any field.
Exactly. And there's a lot of value in the process of overcoming obstacles. Each challenge you face and conquer adds to your experience and knowledge base. It's like building a toolkit that you can draw from in future situations.
Let's share some more personal stories to illustrate this. I remember a time when I had to give a presentation in front of a large audience for the first time. I was incredibly nervous, but it was a challenge I knew I had to tackle. The preparation process was intense, but the experience taught me how to communicate effectively and manage my anxiety.
Funny you mention that, because I had a similar challenge with public speaking. I joined a local Toastmasters club to improve my skills. It was daunting at first, but through practice and facing my fear, I became much more comfortable and even started to enjoy public speaking.
See, those experiences highlight how challenges, even though they might be uncomfortable at first, can lead to significant personal growth and new opportunities.
Exactly. It's all about perspective. When we view challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles, we set ourselves up for growth and success.
Absolutely. So, as we continue with today's episode, think about the challenges you're facing or have faced in your own life. Reflect on how they've contributed to your personal and professional development.
And remember, embracing new challenges is a crucial part of learning and growing. Keep that in mind as we move forward with the rest of the episode. Segment 2, Vocabulary Highlights. Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to focus on some key vocabulary related to embracing challenges and personal growth. Let's start with our first term, determination.
Determination refers to the firmness of purpose or the resolve to achieve a goal despite obstacles. It's all about being committed to your objectives.
For example, you might use determination in a sentence like, "Her determination to finish the marathon was evident as she pushed through the pain and fatigue."
Exactly. Our next term is growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work.
Right. You could use growth mindset in a sentence like, "His growth mindset helped him learn from his mistakes and improve his performance over time."
And finally, we have grit. Grit is a quality that combines passion and perseverance toward long-term goals. It's about sticking with something despite challenges.
Exactly. For instance, her grit was evident when she continued working towards her goal despite multiple setbacks and failures.
Now let's have some fun with these terms. We're going to play a vocabulary challenge. Alex and I will create some silly sentences using these words, and then we'll explain their correct usage.
Sounds fun. Let's start with determination. Here's my sentence. The squirrel's determination to crack open the coconut was so strong that it used a hammer and nails to get to the delicious treat inside.
That's great. Here's my attempt with growth mindset. The snail's growth mindset led it to believe it could eventually win a race against a cheetah, if it just kept trying.
Nice. And for grit, how about, the turtle's grit was impressive as it continued its quest to build the tallest sand castle, even after the waves kept knocking it down.
Those are hilarious. But let's clarify the serious side of things.
Determination is about staying committed to your goals. A growth mindset involves believing that you can develop your abilities with effort. And grit is about having both passion and perseverance.
Understanding and using these terms correctly can help you discuss personal growth and overcoming challenges more effectively.
As you practice these words, think about how they relate to your own experiences. Try creating sentences that reflect how you've shown determination, adopted a growth mindset, or demonstrated grit in facing challenges.
Stay tuned as we continue exploring how embracing challenges can lead to growth. Next up, we'll dive into grammar structures related to these concepts.
Segment 3, Grammar Spotlight. Welcome back. In this segment, we're focusing on grammatical structures that are useful when discussing challenges. Today, we're going to talk about using conditional sentences, which are great for talking about hypothetical situations or potential outcomes.
Exactly. Conditional sentences often start with if, and are used to discuss what might happen under certain conditions. There are different types, but we'll focus on the first and second conditionals for now.
Let's start with the first conditional. This structure is used for real and possible situations in the future. The structure is, if plus presents simple, will plus base verb.
For example, if you practice hard, you will improve your skills. Here, if you practice hard is the condition, and you will improve your skills is the result.
Great example. Now let's move on to the second conditional. This structure is used for hypothetical or unreal situations in the present or future. The structure is, if plus past simple, would plus base verb.
For instance, if I were a superhero, I would defeat all the villains. In this case, if I were a superhero is the hypothetical condition, and I would defeat all the villains is the imagined result.
Excellent. Now let's have some fun with these structures. We're going to create some funny or exaggerated sentences to illustrate common mistakes and correct usage.
Sounds like a plan. Here's a silly example of the first conditional. If my cat could talk, it will ask for a pizza every day. The mistake here is using will instead of would for a hypothetical situation. The correct sentence should be, if my cat could talk, it would ask for a pizza every day.
Nice one. Here's a funny example of the second conditional. If I had a jetpack, I would fly to the moon on Wednesdays. The mistake here might be using will instead of would. The correct form is, if I had a jetpack, I would fly to the moon on Wednesdays.
Great examples. Let's correct a common mistake with the first conditional. If you will eat vegetables, you will be healthier. The correct form should be, if you eat vegetables, you will be healthier.
And for the second conditional, if I was a millionaire, I would buy a castle. The correct form is, if I were a millionaire, I would buy a castle.
Understanding and using these conditional structures can help you discuss hypothetical situations and future possibilities more effectively. Try to incorporate them into your conversations about challenges and goals.
Exactly. Remember, the first conditional is for real possibilities, and the second is for hypothetical situations. Practice using these structures in your own sentences to get more comfortable with them.
Stay tuned as we continue exploring how embracing challenges can lead to growth. Next up, we'll highlight some real-life examples related to overcoming obstacles.
Segment 4. Real-life examples. Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to spotlight some well-known individuals who have successfully embraced new challenges. Their stories are great examples of how facing obstacles can lead to remarkable achievements.
Let's start with Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX and Tesla. Musk faced numerous challenges in his career, including financial difficulties and skepticism about his ambitious goals. In the early days of SpaceX, he even risked his own fortune to keep the company afloat. Despite these obstacles, he continued to push boundaries in space exploration and electric vehicles, achieving significant breakthroughs.
Exactly. Musk's determination and ability to embrace and overcome challenges have led to revolutionary advancements in technology and space travel.
Another example is Malala Yousafzai, the Pakistani activist for girls' education. Malala faced life-threatening challenges when she was targeted by the Taliban for advocating education for girls. Despite the attack, she continued her activism and became the youngest ever Nobel Prize laureate. Her courage and resilience are truly inspiring.
Malala's story shows how embracing challenges, even in the face of danger, can lead to global impact and change. Her commitment to education and human rights continues to inspire many.
Let's add a humorous touch. Did you know that Malala once gave a speech at the United Nations wearing a pair of purple Converse sneakers? It was a small personal touch that made her powerful message even more memorable. Sometimes, even in serious situations, a bit of personality and humor can shine through.
Great point. And speaking of overcoming challenges with a touch of humor, consider Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group. Branson has faced many challenges, from failed business ventures to dangerous adventures like attempting to break world records in hot air balloons. His adventurous spirit and ability to laugh at himself have helped him navigate numerous obstacles.
Branson's story is a reminder that facing challenges with a sense of humor and a positive attitude can lead to exciting and successful ventures. His fearless approach to business and exploration shows how embracing risks and challenges can pay off.
So, as you reflect on these stories, think about how these individuals turned their challenges into opportunities for growth and success. Their experiences demonstrate the power of resilience and innovation.
Remember, embracing challenges can lead to incredible achievements. With determination and a positive mindset, you can overcome obstacles and achieve your own goals.
Stay tuned as we move on to interactive exercises that will help you test your understanding of today's vocabulary and grammar. Let's put what we've learned into practice. Segment 5. Interactive exercises. Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to test your understanding of the vocabulary and grammar points we've covered today with some fun interactive exercises.
First up, we have a quiz and a fill-in-the-blanks activity related to the vocabulary and grammar from the episode. Let's start with the quiz.
Here's the first question. What does the term determination mean? Is it A, the ability to recover from setbacks, B, a belief that abilities can be developed, C, firmness of purpose and resolve, D, a quality of having passion and perseverance?
Take a moment to think about your answer. The correct option is C, firmness of purpose and resolve. Determination refers to the ability to stay focused and committed to achieving your goals.
Great. Here's the next question. Which conditional sentence structure is used to discuss hypothetical situations? Is it A, if plus present simple, will plus base verb, B, if plus past simple, would plus base verb C, if plus past perfect, would have plus past participle, D, if plus present perfect, will have plus base verb?
Think about it. The correct option is B, if plus past simple would plus base verb. This structure is used for hypothetical or unreal situations.
Now, let's move on to our fill-in-the-blanks activity. I'll give you a sentence with missing words, and you need to fill in the correct vocabulary or grammatical structure.
Here's the first sentence. If I have more time, I start a new hobby.
Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the second conditional. The sentence should read, "If I had more time, I would start a new hobby."
Nice job. Here's another one. Her to succeed was evident when she kept practicing despite the difficulties.
Fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary term. The sentence should read, "Her determination to succeed was evident when she kept practicing despite the difficulties."
Great job on the exercises. Remember, practicing these vocabulary terms and grammatical structures in fun and creative ways can help reinforce your learning.
Stay tuned as we move on to some interesting fun facts and trivia related to our topic. Segment 6. Fun facts or trivia. Welcome back. In this segment, we're diving into some fun facts and trivia related to overcoming challenges and personal growth. Let's uncover some interesting tidbits.
Let's start with a surprising fact about Thomas Edison. Did you know that Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, failed over 1,000 times before successfully creating it? He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work."
Exactly. Edison's perseverance in the face of repeated failures is a perfect example of embracing challenges. His approach to problem-solving and innovation is truly inspiring.
Here's another fun fact. J.K. Rowling, before she became a best-selling author, was rejected by 12 different publishers. Imagine if she had given up after the first few rejections. Her persistence ultimately led to the creation of one of the most beloved book series of all time.
That's a fantastic example of resilience. Rowling's story shows how continued effort and determination can lead to tremendous success.
Now let's add a competitive twist with a trivia game. Alex and I will quiz each other on these fun facts, and you can play along by seeing if you know the answers.
All right, here's the first question. What famous inventor failed over 1,000 times before successfully creating the light bulb? Is it A. Nikola Tesla, B. Alexander Graham Bell, C. Thomas Edison, D. Albert Einstein?
I'll go with C. Thomas Edison. Am I right?
You're correct. Edison's perseverance is legendary. Now here's a question for you. How many publishers rejected J.K. Rowling's manuscript for Harry Potter before it was accepted? A. 5B, 12C, 20D, 25.
I'll say B, 12.
Right again. Rowling's persistence through multiple rejections is an excellent example of embracing challenges. Let's do one more. What is the name of the young activist who won the Nobel Peace Prize for her advocacy of girls' education despite facing life-threatening challenges? A. Malala Yousafzai, B. Greta Thunberg, C. Emma Watson, D. Marie Curie.
Definitely A. Malala Yousafzai.
Exactly. Malala's bravery and commitment to education in the face of extreme adversity are truly remarkable.
That was fun. We hope these trivia questions gave you some insights into how individuals have turned challenges into opportunities for growth and success.
Remember, learning about these stories and facts can be both inspiring and entertaining. Keep embracing new challenges and applying the lessons you've learned.
Stay tuned for the next segment, where we'll provide some practical tips for continuing your language learning journey.
Segment 7. Practice sentences. Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to practice using the vocabulary and grammar points we've covered today by creating example sentences. Then we'll challenge you to come up with your own sentences and share them with a creative twist.
Let's start with some example sentences using today's vocabulary. We discussed terms like resilience, adaptability, and perseverance. Here's an example using resilience. Her resilience helped her overcome the difficulties she faced in her new job.
And here's one with adaptability. His adaptability allowed him to thrive in the constantly changing work environment.
Now for perseverance. Despite numerous setbacks, his perseverance led him to eventually achieve his dream.
Great examples. Next, let's look at how we can use conditional sentences in our practice. For instance, if I embrace new challenges, I will grow personally and professionally.
Another example. If she had faced her fears, she would have completed the marathon. Notice how we're using the second conditional here for a hypothetical situation.
Perfect. Now it's your turn. We challenge you to create your own sentences using the vocabulary and grammatical structures we've discussed. Try to make them funny or creative.
For example, you could write, "If my cat could speak, it would tell me to stop procrastinating and start writing my novel." Or, her perseverance was so strong that she even managed to finish a 1000-piece puzzle without losing a single piece.
Those are hilarious. We'd love to see what creative sentences you come up with. Share your sentences on social media with the hashtag English Hustle Challenges and tag us. We might feature some of your entries in our next episode.
Remember, practicing with these sentences helps reinforce your understanding and makes learning more enjoyable. So get creative and have fun with it.
Segment 8. Language Learning Tips. Welcome to our Language Learning Tips segment. Today we're focusing on practical ways to improve your English skills through the lens of embracing challenges and personal growth.
Let's start with some practical tips. First, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Embracing challenges often means stepping out of your comfort zone. For instance, try speaking English with native speakers even if you're unsure. Each mistake is a learning opportunity.
Exactly. Another tip is to set small, achievable goals. Instead of aiming to improve your English, set specific goals like learn 5 new vocabulary words each week, or write a short story using new grammar structures. This way, you'll see gradual progress and stay motivated.
Also, immerse yourself in the language. Surround yourself with English as much as possible. Watch English movies, listen to podcasts, or read books in English. This helps you get used to different accents and idiomatic expressions.
Now for some lighthearted tips. Turn learning into a game. For example, create a vocabulary bingo card with new words you're learning. Each time you use one of these words in conversation or writing, mark it off. It's a fun way to track your progress.
And here's a quirky tip. Try talking to yourself in English. It might feel a bit silly, but narrating your daily activities or having imaginary conversations can boost your speaking confidence and fluency.
Another fun idea is to create a language learning playlist. Find English songs with lyrics that use the vocabulary or grammar you're focusing on. Sing along and pay attention to how the language is used in different contexts.
Lastly, don't forget to celebrate your successes no matter how small. Did you master a new tense or have a great conversation? Reward yourself with something you enjoy. This keeps the learning process enjoyable and motivating.
So, to recap, make mistakes and learn from them, set specific goals, immerse yourself in English, turn learning into a game, and celebrate your achievements. These tips will help you embrace the challenges of learning English and make the process more enjoyable.
We hope you find these tips helpful and fun. Remember, learning a language is a journey, and embracing challenges along the way will help you grow and improve.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode. Stay tuned for the wrap-up, where we'll review what we've covered and give you a sneak peek of our next topic. Segment 9, Wrap-Up. All right, it's time to wrap up today's episode on embracing new challenges. Let's recap what we've covered.
Sure thing. We started by discussing the importance of embracing new challenges for personal and professional growth. We shared personal stories and examples of how overcoming obstacles can lead to success.
Then, we highlighted key vocabulary related to challenges, such as resilience, adaptability, and perseverance, and provided example sentences to help you use these words effectively.
We also covered grammatical structures like conditional sentences, which are useful for discussing hypothetical situations and the outcomes of facing challenges.
Moving on, we shared real-life stories of individuals who have successfully embraced challenges, including Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, and Malala Yousafzai. Their experiences demonstrate the power of perseverance and resilience.
In our interactive exercises, we quizzed you on vocabulary and grammar and had some fun creating silly stories using today's terms. Don't forget to share your own creative sentences with us on social media.
We also provided some language learning tips, including practical strategies and lighthearted methods to make your English learning journey enjoyable and effective.
Now, for our call to action. Practice the new vocabulary and grammar we discussed, and share your experiences with embracing challenges on social media. Use the hashtag #EnglishHustleChallenges and tag us so we can see your posts.
Before we sign off, let's give you a sneak peek of our next episode. We'll be diving into the topic of the power of positive thinking and how maintaining a positive mindset can impact your success and language learning journey.
And here's a hint. We might even explore how a positive attitude can turn language learning mistakes into hilarious learning moments. Stay tuned for more.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the English Hustle podcast. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. We appreciate your support.
Catch you next time. And remember, embrace those challenges with a smile and keep hustling.